Unfortunately, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in that lifetime, but you can help find a cure by joining the Rays of Hope Walk and Run Towards the Cure. And joining us to share more is Anna Symington. She is the chair of the 2013 Rays of Hope and a survivor. Now, before we get started, tell us a little bit about Rays of Hope.
Rays of Hope is an organization that, well, we're celebrating our 20th year. It was the brainchild of a spitfire of a woman, Lucy Giugio Carvalho, who at the time she was going through her journey with breast cancer realized there wasn't the resources. She didn't know how to tap them or if they were actually out there. So she started a group of about 500 walkers, and they raised $50,000 that first year, 20 years ago.
And since it's evolved so much and you've been doing such great work and raising so much money, that you've really helped to make an impact.
We have. We really have. We're here 20 years later. Last year we saw more than 22,000 participants and raised to date more than $11 million.
And not only is it a great way to raise money, but so often when people share the same disease and ailment, to be able to come together and to talk about it is half the battle too, because everyone's been there before, so you can talk about it. And it must be so nice, especially you, if you wouldn't mind sharing your story, but it must be so nice to have people that you can talk to.
It is, and it's not one of those adages, you know, misery loves company. It's not that at all. What it is when you're going through a journey like this and you get a diagnosis, I mean, the C word, cancer.
Terrifying.
Very much so.
I can only imagine.
But to have the outreach, the education, and all the people in the community there with so many different support groups and educational materials so you can make the decisions you need as you're going through this.
Yeah, just someone to talk to and to listen to you, because I can only imagine hearing that C word is just absolutely
It's
terrifying.
devastating. It's devastating. You have to rise above it to make decisions and move beyond, and I'm happy to say 10 years later I'm here talking with you.
It's all about staying positive, and we're so happy that you are talking with me today. And there are ways that people can help raise money and funds, and you have a Walk Toward the Cure coming up. Tell us a little bit about how we can get involved.
We do. October 20th. As I said, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. We're looking forward to more people showing up. The walk will be happening in 2 concurrent locations. Springfield, the start and finish will be at the Temple Bethel on Dickinson Street in Springfield. Registration begins at 9 a.m. There will be a survivor's photo at 10, and the reason we do that is to celebrate women who have survived this disease, as also they serve as rays of hope for other people going through.
It's almost a generational thing.
Is.
You can look to your, the previous generation that came before you and learn from them.
Exactly. At 10:15, the run will kick off. We added the run a few years ago based on response from people that wanted to run. And then at 10:30, the actual walk will commence. And then concurrently in Greenfield, registration commences at, excuse me, at 10 a.m. with a photo, excuse me, at 11:30 for the survivors. And the walk there will commence at 12 at noon. And that will be at Energy Park in Greenfield.
Now, you've raised so much money for this cause, this disease that we need to fight. Where does the money go towards, though? So when people make their donations, what are they donating to specifically?
I smile widely when you say that, because the money stays right here in the community.
Which is the best part about it.
It doesn't. It comes from the community. It stays in the community. It goes toward self-help and healing programs, resources, education for the community. It goes toward research. And I just can't say enough about that.
It goes on and on,
the way
that people's money out there can really help. And lastly, if people are, tech savvy, if they're hip-hopping with it, you've got this Twitter thing going on. People can go to hashtag 20 Years of Hope. Now, what do you hope that they hashtag with the 20 Years of Hope? Their stories or?
Everything, anything and everything, whether it's a story or in support of somebody they know or care for. Sometimes it's a coworker, not just a family member, a neighbor, a friend. We just want the dialogue to happen and to continue and to bring more people forward, because the more people are talking about it, the more research that's done, the closer to a cure and to prevention will come.
It's one thing
That's
to raise
my hope.
money, but it's another thing to get that conversation started, because at the end of the day, that's ultimately just as important.
I couldn't have said it better.
It's a pleasure having you here today.